What's up, lore masters? By popular demand, we'll be getting back to unit breakdowns. But definitely check out the poll to have a say in what I do. I'm doing videos Monday through Friday for this week. Let me know what you think about it, and if people like it, I'll try to keep it going. But let's just get into it. The UT-60D U-wing support craft, also known as the UT-60D or U-wing, was touted as a transport and gunship. They also kinda said it was a starfighter. It was the last series of ship made by the Incom Corporation before Incom was nationalized by the Galactic Empire. And it was one of the last ships before the galaxy saw what I like to term the devolution of technology. Incom touted the ship as being effective both on the ground and in space, but pragmatically, the ship was effective in atmospheric and ground combat. Rarely was it useful during space conflicts. The U-wing had two retractable S-foils. They could be locked backwards during combat situations to increase the effectiveness of shields, as well as radiate excess heat from the core, or forward for a tighter formation and smaller target. It was also locked like this during landing. The S-foils locked forward made the ship look like a U, thus giving the ship its name. The armaments of the U-wing included fixed-position KX-7 laser cannons. This created an obstacle, though, as it did require the ship to be pointing at its enemy to fire on them. So the loading doors of the vessels were transformed so that the doors themselves had gun points. This would allow for weapons of any kind to be shot through them. This meant you could use a blaster or have a heavy weapon mounted. As an example, the Rebel Alliance opted for its U-wings to have an M45 repeating ion blaster. 4 4J fusel thrust engines allowed the ship to have atmosphere speeds of up to 590 miles per hour. As an example of how fast this is, most private jets can fly up to 610 miles per hour. It was equipped with a GBK 585 hyperdrive motivator mounted in each engine. Fuel efficiency was perhaps the biggest deficiency of the ship, though. The requirements on the 4 engines, life support for pilots and crew, as well as the energy reserves for the weapons, would quickly drain any fuel in the vessel. The ship allowed for 2 pilots at the center of the fuselage with viewports above and below. The U-wing had tandem controls on both sides, which is unusual for a ship of its size and era. Tandem controls would allow one pilot to fly even if there wasn't a secondary pilot to assist. Many thought of the ship as a heavy repulsor craft versus a space superiority vessel given its usage and the abilities. It saw most of its use during the rise of the Empire, Galactic Civil War, and New Republic era. It was utilized by the Alliance to restore the Republic, Galactic Empire, and New Republic, though it saw very, very little use by the Galactic Empire. While the cost of the ship is hard to find, it's probably notable to put it in the 6-digit range in credits. This is also probably why the Galactic Empire decided not to go with this ship versus the much more affordable TIE fighters and other support craft. The Alliance to Restore the Republic, or Rebellion, was able to get a shipment of these when Bail Organa created a quote-unquote mishap which allowed a shipment to go missing. This made the ship very valuable and irreplaceable. The fact that not many had been made overall made the ship a wonder to be seen. It was only utilized in the most necessary of conflicts, including the attack on Scarif. Behind the scenes is very interesting too. The ship was made specifically for the Rogue One movie. It was detailed in a 2017 preview reference book called The Official Visual Guide for Rogue One. Because it was going to be a quote-unquote hero ship, it went through hundreds of design iterations. The original ship was actually going to be a helicopter-sized craft that attached to another ship. Ultimately, the design for the U-wing came out great though, so I'm glad that they went with this one. So guys, this was a breakdown of the U-wing. Because of the poll, I'll be looking at New Order era ships going forward. You'll see that all week. I watch the polls, and this is why I'm doing it this way, so don't forget to vote if you haven't. And please, please, please comment, rate, and subscribe. It helps me out more than you know and takes literally no time. Last but not least, I'm also on a different platform called VidMe, which allows me to do actual reviews and use clips. It'll be in the description below. Please watch me there as well. Well, I mean, watch me if you care about the clips. If not, definitely stay here. And again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.